Alright, we're in chapter 6. And we just got out of the asylum. Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigns supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Price finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. So we've seen a little bit of this yesterday. There's our friend. Oh my god.
Who goes there?
We wake up in the mansion.
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Unsure of what is real and what is not. And our friend's down there. Speaking. And I don't think there's anything up here worth bothering about. They probably won't even let me out.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
Yeah, especially considering Bradley's supposed to be dead. That is something that I would like to inquire about.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
I want to know how he feels. He's supposed to be dead. How are you alive?
Fugitive. Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Okay, this one's not timed. Occultism professional? Really? I don't have the skill check for that? That's crazy. I thought I had decent occultism. Whatever. No other actual skill checks then. I might be onto a lead. What lead?
I met a Francis Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
He died to a god. A sort of crisis. Oh yeah, let's go with the Shambler.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
I saw a god kill him. I mean, I don't know. What do you mean biased? Better to confront the truth. Ooh. Well, we don't... This is the guy that gouged his eyes out. So he wasn't all there. I don't know what his wife, what her deal is. I'm gonna side with her. I know you remember her name, Colden. That's what it is. Let's stay prudent.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
Yeah, that's what I say.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
We're just going to ignore the fact that the chief is dead and he's standing right there. Also, my guy kind of skipped over some information somewhere around here. Where is it? He just pretended like it didn't exist. What? Oh my god, I got 5 CP available. Oh my god. Alright. So, I think I want investigation. Oh, I need one more here. Let's do that. Investigation. I've been running into a lot of doors that are locked that I'm failing to pick. So I feel like increasing that. Alright. Now that that's done. I know I have a list of people who purchased her art. Where? I don't know. Oh. There it was. See, we already knew about him purchasing art. There he is right there. FS. $350 at an exhibition, $410. I mean, look how much money he's pumping into this stuff. And then $1,600? And then the Shambler for FS as a gift. So we already knew about all that. I don't know why the game's acting like we didn't. Maybe if somebody didn't pay attention to their inventory. I don't know.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Your head? You were dead. He stabbed you in the chest.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Whatever.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Me, us. I'm going by myself, girl. Anything I missed from previous outings? Probably not. Oh, more whiskey. I'm not drinking. I am sober. I cleaned up. Why is it that kind of... Wait a minute. Why is it that kind of execution? Not a regular one. That's weird. Is this door suddenly open up here? No? Alright, let's bolt. Where does his widow live? I don't know. The Sanders residence. Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow, Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Wait a minute, Colden is now on our team? I didn't invite her. Whatever, I didn't invite her.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Hey, is that Cat?
Look who's here.
What's she doing here?
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
Whatever.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
None of your
I
business.
spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker.
Hmm.
This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Which one is the Shambler?
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings.
Yeah, I think it
Please
drove
forgive
him
my
mad.
tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died.
Well,
How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
I was interned as well, but let's not mention that. He died screaming right before my eyes. I'm not going to say that. That's awful. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well. You must not feel guilty. Ooh, I have a decent check for that. All right, let's roll it.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words.
Oh yeah,
Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me.
I nailed it.
However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind.
Okay.
I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes?
Well,
Did you not do anything to help him?
reputed might be a strong word. That place was a shithole, girl. The true culprit is Fuller. I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with it. It wasn't me who sent him there. I don't like my options, to be honest. Hold to test eloquence. I think I want to do that. If I failed that, it would backfire tremendously, I would think. I mean, I want to blame Fuller, but I want to do this strictly for a skill check.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective.
Uh-oh.
Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
Yeah,
I
okay.
suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I want to see the painting. Did he speak to you of a shambler? That's what we're here for. Yeah.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
See, we already knew that,
Who
though.
else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
I do feel
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Awesome. Also, there were other things I wanted to talk to her about. Hello? Can I... You're just going to ignore me then? Alright. You don't mind if I loot your house, right? Don't worry, girl. I'll make it quick.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madame, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I'm sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Uh-oh. What does he not want her to see? The fact that he was shredded alive by an invisible being? Or that he gouged his own eyes out?
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
A photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. They must be close. Huh. Oh! I can reconstruct a scene here. Why am I reconstructing a scene here? Is it the Shambler driving him mad?
A house of artists.
I bet you that's what it is.
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Well, she did gift him the Shambler, and we don't know why.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
How did he jump to that conclusion? Okay, can I get through here, guys? Thank you. No? Okay.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Is that the Shambler? Well, it seems rather alive. I can't tell if it's like that because I'm in this state of investigation, or is it a weird painting?
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
She hates the Shambler.
She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated.
Oh, so she owed him a debt of some kind. What? Okay. There he goes with the eyes.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Maybe not. So he tore out his eyes. I thought he did that in the hospital, but he did it here. Okay. The second volume of the series covers everything from gas gangrene to trench nephritis. In addition to a precise and detailed study, the book presents some avant-garde theories. The incredible complexity of this book reserves it for medical experts. Gain some medicine. Lovely. He just ripped them out? Yep, he sure did. No, not a musical puzzle. I'm so bad at those. All right. I mean, you don't mind if I carry this later around with me in your house full of wood. I beg your pardon. Did you see that? Did you guys see that painting move? That shit moved, man.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Sanders Session 1. Oh my god. Alright. That moved. I'm getting some dropped frames here.
Irene.
Whoa!
I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
Did he share this information with you? I mean, how do you feel about that?
I can't take anymore. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Why are there two of the same exact painting? No, that definitely moved. I am 100% sure that moved. Hold on. I'll leave you alone while I go make sure the rest of the house is safe. That's it? Is that it, really? Hopefully we'll get a tune of some kind that we can play on that. Is it ever safe? It is not. Not in this game. Not in this universe. Wait, what? Oh. It is the work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allowed us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. Dissertation on an anatomical question. Gotcha. Excuse me. Would you read the book? Was someone's... Wait, what? Wait. What does it say? Oh, this is the book that was mentioned earlier. I forgot what they said about it. We're totally reading it. This will affect your destiny. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Oh my god. It's crawling chaos and lurking fears. Malleus Bestiarium. I forgot what was mentioned about it earlier in the game, but it was definitely mentioned. Okay. Don't read it! Was that you? Or did you hear that too? Oh! That is a mini tentacled thing. I'll leave you to it. We saw that painting earlier as well in someone else's house. Oh, I passed the strength skill check! And I got a key. Key to the Sanders Gallery. Hell yeah.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. You don't say. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the Lost Tribe. Well, I'm sure they did.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Kat in a moment. Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler, your friend Sarah. She ended up giving it to him anyways, though, so why did she do that? What convinced her to change her mind?
I could use one of those.
Okay. Were they prescribed to Francis or Irene? Probably Francis. What is that? That is one funky candlestick holder. Also, hello?
A strange Amerindian pendant.
I wonder what its purpose could be. Probably has to do with some kind of dream catching, I would assume. Wait, what? Did I just get a... Hold on. Occult. Oh! Well, I've got some info here on the Shambler. The dimensional Shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness. Where did I learn this from? I didn't learn this info. This feels like spoilers. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for its being to anchor itself in your dimension and to allow it to rip you open with its claws. Extract taken from the Melius. Oh, I learned it in the Bestiarium. Oh. Okay. Well, so we know he's hungry. The whale and the god. Oh, cod. Our brief history of Darkwater. It is focused on the past glory of the island. Ego Munch? Yeah, he's gonna want to eat my face at some point, I think. I'm guessing the key's for there. Alright. Alright, girl, it's time for us to talk. We haven't really talked yet.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective.
What?
Try not to make a habit of it.
Whatever.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I'm here for the Shambler, obviously. Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. It's none of your business. Hold to test eloquence. I got the skill for it. I don't know if I want to lie to her, though. I don't want to lie to her.
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
What do you mean, what a surprise? And you, yeah.
And you. What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Oh, so Fitzroy isn't the only captain. Oh.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
I beg your pardon? Rude. The rudest people. Are we going to gouge our eyes out? You know what? Would you mind looking at this painting for me, perhaps? I don't want to lose my sanity. Go grab that filing cabinet. I've already done the filing cabinet. I got a letter from there. Unless there's a second one that I don't see. Alright, here we go. Holy cow, this place is big. Oh, that's not good. This is something you can hide in. That means there's going to be a bad guy here. Oh my god. Is that it? Just, Wait a minute. This is at the Mountains of Madness. This is a reference. Are all these references? I bet they are. I just don't remember all of them.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Scarabs. Hey, we saw you earlier. Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's go this way then. Looks like I may be heavy to pick up this game. Yeah, if you like Lovecraftian stuff and you like detective,
The public entrance to the gallery.
you like detective games, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Is that the Shambler? God. Who's that? Who is that? Oh, that's terrifying. Yay, I get more lamp oil. See, that looks like the Shambler there. I have a feeling we're going to meet the Shambler face to face quite soon.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
For sacrifices, for rituals. You don't need to ask that question, guy. No good answer comes from that question. That's all you need to know. Are these some sort of Rosetta Stones? Leave the closet door open? What, this? You can't open those. Well, if you open them, you hide in them. And it messes with your sanity, your claustrophobia. It screws you up, which I don't particularly like. I get why they're doing it, but it makes hiding in there useless, because you just go crazy instead. So I haven't really used those. Sting?
The man transforms an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Wow. Thank you, Edward, for being so observant. Oh my god. Another globe. The hell is this? Oh, it's some kind of wolf. Edward's gonna die. My god. That looks like a weeping angel, doesn't it? I think it's time. Interesting that that's there. Oh my god. Oh!
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Far from possessing the talents of Sarah Hawkins, Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down to the smallest detail. The guard carries a strange esoteric symbol, a recurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. Okay. Alright, well... it's time! Let's see what the hubbub is. Okay, I guess I don't have my lantern anymore, that's fine. Didn't really need it. I didn't ask for this. Don't stare into its soul! Oh my god, Edward. Oh my god, Edward, the Shambler is here! Don't back into the painting, you fool! Oh my god. Guy, you gotta go hide. Yeah, he won't find you there. Good one, good one, good one. My boy Edward, he knows what's up. Munch time. Yep, he's hungry. That's a familiar scene. He's looking for the ring in my pockets. And, oh no, the lambus bread. Oh no.